is good, everybody? I am back with a brand new video, and today I'm going to be discussing my top 5 discs that I bag. Each and every one of these discs I have done a full video on with maybe a little bit more detail than I will discuss in this video. So if you want to learn maybe a little bit more, maybe go check out some of my previous videos on the disc itself. Before we get in this video, I do want to say thank you guys for 600 subscribers. We hit that a few days ago, so I appreciate all the support. And if you're not yet subscribed, maybe you should hit that subscribe button. Now, I did want to do an honorable mention right now. Since I did limit this video to 5 discs only, I did want to do an honorable mention, which is this Halo Turn. I go back and forth between this one and one of the discs that I have in this top 5 list, so I did want to shout this one out so I don't forget about it. I'm going to go from slowest disc to the fastest disc. So starting with the first disc, if you've been to the channel, you probably guessed it. It is my Discraft Zone. I throw this disc all over the course. I throw it mainly on forehand, so it doesn't take as much touch. It's kind of hard to find something this stable in a much slower speed form. So I throw this all over. It's practically my mid-range. I've talked about it so much on the channel, so if you guys don't have a zone, I really recommend you go check one out. Next up is possibly the straightest disc I have ever thrown, and one of the straightest discs that money can buy, honestly. I did a full review on this one, and it is the Halo Leopard 3. I honestly reach for this in my bag all of the time. If I can throw this disc, you best believe this is what I am reaching for. Any straight line, it is great for. Although this one is becoming a little bit understable for me, so that's going to be a really sad day when I have to switch this one out, but luckily I do have another one, and I think it's hanging on the wall behind me right there. But I am not looking for the day when this is a little too beat in, because right now this disc is seasoned so well and it flies so good for me. This is one of those discs that if I threw it into some muddy water or I threw it into a pond or something, I would be chasing after it. I would feel terrible if I lost this disc. So if you're looking for something straight, I highly recommend trying out the Halo Leopard 3. Number 3 on this list is the Halo Valkyrie. It's a 9-speed disc with a -2 turn and not too much fade. So for me, this disc is actually acting rather understable. You can get it to go straight if I finesse it a little bit, or if I put it on a slight hyzer, I can hyzer flip this disc. Most of the time, if I'm pulling this out, it's because I want to go right off a backhand. I'm a right-handed backhand player, so I want to put this on a flat angle and just kind of watch it ride to the right and finish softly, because it does tend to come out a little bit. There is some stability there, but not too much. This is also a lighter weight disc. This is only 168 grams. My brother has a max weight one, and when he threw it, it seemed a bit more stable, although it was brand new too. So obviously that plays a factor, because I've actually had this disc for quite some time now. But if I'm looking for a shot where I need to put a lot of power in it, but I need that disc to go right, I will probably pick out the Halo Valkyrie. And of course, next on the list, coming in at a 12 speed, my forehand distance driver practically. I have been throwing this one on the backhands, but it is the Halo Wraith. I am a huge fan of the Wraith. This one I've had for about a year and a half probably, and it is getting a little beat in. There's actually finally a chip right here in the rim, which is very rare on this Halo plastic since it is so durable. Like I said, I throw it mostly on forehands, so I can usually put this one on a slight hyzer, watch it flip up, get a little bit of turn out of there, and get the max distance. I do have a more stable one in the bag, but this has always been my favorite, and I'd rather throw this one than the more stable one most of the time if I can make it work. I think the Wraith is probably a staple and can be a staple in a lot of people's bags. If you really want a beefy one, a really overstable one, they have the Garrett Girthy Wraith. My brother bags that, and it is very stable. So you can really just buy this in all sorts of stability, same mold, which is pretty awesome. And last but not least is the one that I said I am going back and forth this disc and the turn, and that would be the Discraft Hades. I think they're honestly identical numbers, but I'm telling you what, I did a video over the Halo Turn. I've done a video over this one, but I have a serious problem with going back and forth to these discs. Sometimes I like the Hades more, sometimes I like the Turn more. It's a pretty awful situation. Maybe I should just take one out of the bag completely, just so that I actually just throw one consistently and don't even worry about the other one. But if I'm going for max distance right now, I am picking out the ESP Hades. I did a video over the Big Z Hades. and that is on the channel right now. It's a tad, maybe a tad more stable than this one. It's also flatter. You can go check that video out if you're looking to maybe purchase a Big Z Hades. So if you're looking for maximum backhand distance, you might want to check out a Hades. They're not really great in headwinds considering they're so understable, but it could be a good one for you to check out. That is my top 5 discs in my bag. To be completely honest, other than a putter, I bet you I could take these out to any local course, some smaller course, and be just fine rather than carry a grip bag, you know, with 23 discs. Kind of nonsense sometimes, but these are the discs that I am relying on the most on the course. What do you guys think of my top 5? I know you don't know exactly what's in my bag, but I do think all these discs here could be really great in your guys' bags, and maybe you should check some of them out. Leave a comment down below on what your top 5, what 5 discs are you picking out of your bag most consistently on the course, and what gets you through that round. Anyway guys, that is all I have for you today. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Go follow ChasinChains_ on Instagram where I post there daily, and we'll see you on the next one.